What's up, YouTube? This is the Eben Oracle. It's coming at you with another reading for the collective out there. This reading is for the upcoming full moon in March 28th. I was reading up on the astrology about this upcoming full moon, and it was very interesting. The full moon is happening in Libra, while the sun is opposite in Aries. Both sun and moon are being ruled by Venus for this full moon. It is the full moon, the first full moon of spring. And it has a very unique energy to it. It has the opportunity for coming to conclusions and balancing things out with relationships especially. For anybody out there who was trying to manifest something about relationships, whether that was business, romantic, family, in the last new moon, this full moon is going to be very powerful for seeing your manifestations come to fruition. The thing with the sun and Aries is that's all about the self and, going after your own personal needs. And then this full moon in Libra is about balancing things out with others. So this moon is going to be very potent for balancing between your own personal needs and the needs of others. So I wanted to do a reading, see what kind of energy I picked up out there for the collective. I had an idea of kind of posing the question for this reading as, what is it that you need for yourself? And what is it that you need to compromise for others to strike a balance between the self and the other people you have relationships with in your life? And also, what is it that you need to give up personally? And what is it that you need to give up with other people around you? I have a new deck that I have not used yet. It is the Revelations Tarot. I'm going to be starting off with this deck today. It's a very unique deck. I like this deck very much. It has, usually I don't read reversals, but this deck has artwork. Here, let me just get an example here. It has artwork on it where in the upright, it shows the symbolism for the particular meaning in the upright. And when you turn the card upside down, it shows on the bottom half of the card the symbolism for the meaning of the card in the reverse. So I'm going to be reading reversals on this particular deck just because it seems like that's what this deck is all about. I also have another new deck that I haven't used yet, the Alchemistic Woodcut Tarot deck, which is a very awesome deck. It's nothing but the symbolism of alchemy, the symbolism of hermetics, and also it also goes into the symbolism of the Kabbalah. So this is a very unique and interesting deck. I like it very much. And it's interesting because it does not have the same suits as all the other tarot decks. It has its own suits with its own meanings. So when I pull out of that deck, I'm going to pull out of it sparingly because I'm still learning it. It came with actually a nice companion book that came with it. It came in a nice big box. So did the Revelations Tarot deck. Both of them are very extremely nice decks as far as the artwork, the card stock, and that they're just unique overall because of their symbolism especially. So let's find out here for the people out in the collective. What is it that you need to give up of yourself to bring relationships into balance? And what is it that you need other people to give up to bring a relationship in a balance? Hope you guys had a good week so far. My week has been fairly good. Just been busy as usual. And I did get a new statue to put up here on my my table, on my altar that I read cards on. It is Ishtar, and Ishtar is also known as Venus, the goddess of love and fertility. And I thought it was very fitting that right now, in the beginning of spring, I just happened to get that statue. And when I got it, I did not know that Ishtar was associated with Venus. And since the sun and the moon happen to be both ruled by Venus during this lunar cycle, it's very synchronistic. All right, Knight of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Swords in the upright. Ace of Wands in the upright. All right, so we got air energy here and fire energy, which is interesting since we're dealing with this lunar cycle in Libra, and then the other part of the solar cycle is in Aries. All right, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. I did shuffle this deck up to make sure that the cards had a lot of reversals. And then we have Two of Cups in the upright. The Lovers in the reverse. The Star card in the reverse. And the Sun in the upright. All right, let's get down to this reading here. Let me throw some more dragon's blood on the coal. Keep the energy clear in here as much as possible. All right, so Knight of Swords in the reverse. So maybe at this time, rushing in with any sort of cutting truths is maybe not a good idea. Maybe with that Seven of Swords energy, kind of keeping things held back, keeping things hidden might be a better way to go. And you know, it just could be while you allow things to develop and play out in your personal relationships at this time, that in order to keep things in balance, just really coming hard or forceful with truths, really coming at people with any sort of intellectual type of conflict at this time might not be beneficial for things playing out, at least in this lunar cycle. Maybe being, I don't want to say, I mean, the Seven of Swords is that card of being sneaky or deceptive, but maybe not really even being sneaky or deceptive, but just kind of holding your tongue. Not really coming at anybody with any sort of harsh truth, but really, you know, keeping certain things quiet or to yourself right now. With the Ace of Wands there, I see that there's some sort of new passionate beginning happening in your life. And maybe this new passionate beginning, in order to kind of fan the flames that with that love Venus energy, it might be good to hold back on any harsh words or truths or demanding answers of any type right now. Because we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse after that. You know, so if you want Three of Pentacles in reverse is almost like not having somebody, not working together with somebody. So I feel like if you want this, the the flames from the Ace of Wands to be fanned, if you want to let things play out, that coming with harsh truths might cause whoever you have this Ace of Wands energy with to not work with you. It might cause them to hold back. Rather than trying to come at them with harsh truths or words in order to mirror back to them things that you want them to see within themselves so that they can gain self-mastery on it. It might be better right now to let sleeping dogs lie. And don't come at anybody with the harsh truths and expect them to work on themselves at this time or master something within themselves, because it'll cause a rift in this Ace of Wands. It'll cause, teamwork to separate or dissipate at this time. So you might want to, give up the need for others to look within and master things within themselves in order to benefit a relationship. At this time, it might be beneficial for you to give up the need for harsh truths. It might be good for you to move in silence with that Seven of Swords energy and just allow the Ace of Wands, that single flame, to burn for a while. Let it let it kind of the flame build a little bit, if you will, because we do have right down here the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is that equal give and take in matters of the heart, right? And if you want an equal matters of the heart, sometimes you have to know when somebody's ready to open up with truths, even if it's truths you already know. Sometimes you have to allow them to come to their own conclusion about what they need to learn from within themselves, And sometimes holding back when the time isn't right is how you get that equal give and take. When somebody isn't ready, but you want to come in forcefully with the truth with that Knight of Swords, then it actually can cause somebody to pull back from you and not work with you. Just keep that truth to yourself for now and allow things to naturally play out, because I'm seeing that definitely after this full moon, things can definitely, the energy can change drastically, and there can be some sort of either compromise reached or somebody might come to an understanding on their own without you being too forceful in a matter. Next, we have the Lover's card in reverse. And in this deck, it's very interesting. In the upright, it shows an angel above a man and a woman that are holding hands, staring into each other's eyes. But in the reverse, it shows, basically a fallen angel, and it shows a man and woman in a lustful embrace. So I figure right now that maybe for some people out there in the collective, they have some sort of Ace of Wands going on. They have this really passionate connection that they're hoping will morph into a Two of Cups situation. But at this moment in time, with the Lovers in reverse, it's just still at that place of being that Ace of Wands, that just overwhelming physical, lustful connection, which definitely has the potential to turn into the Two of Cups, But at this time, the cards are telling me that just let it be the Ace of Wands right now, Star in the reverse. The Star is about healing, about wish fulfillment. In the reverse, it's about maybe not trying to push somebody to heal. Maybe not trying to push yourself to heal too much, but just allowing, just being in the moment, just letting things be and play out in divine timing rather than trying to force healing. Because sometimes when you force something, you just push it away from you, because forcing it is being in that lack mindset. And when you just allow, things seem to manifest a lot smoother. You're just in the flow state with the universe. You're just allowing things to take their time. And maybe right now is not the time for pushing on any front, whether that's pushing a Two of Cups from a lustful Ace of Wands situation. It's not a time for pushing your wish fulfillment for the Two of Cups. It's not a time for pushing wish fulfillment as far as truth being said about somebody working together with you, about self-mastery. I think that overall, the last card here, the Sun, okay? And to me, the Sun, since we're talking about the Sun being opposite of this Libra full moon in Aries and also ruled by Venus, which is about, you know, the individual. Maybe right now it's time for you just to worry about yourself as an individual. And that you focusing on yourself at this time will actually cause your manifestation to turn around. Because I'm going to actually do something just because I just got the kind of nudge from my spirit guides to do so. That all these cards here that are in the reverse, okay, the Ace of Swords, the Lovers, the Star, and Three of Pentacles, I have a feeling that by just focusing on yourself as an individual and letting things be the way they are and holding on to certain truths that you know to be accurate, but there's no need to push that towards anybody. If you just allow right now, I have a feeling by the end of this lunar cycle, you know, by the next full moon, that Knight of Swords will turn upright and truth will be spoken. And with the Three of Pentacles, it'll go to the upright. And the truth will be spoken and it will be received. And somebody will be willing to work with you within that truth, which also would make the Lovers go in the upright and the Star to go in the upright. And, you know, it will be a wish fulfillment where Ace of Wands situation, a very passionate physical connection, turns into more than that. It turns into the Lovers card. And really, if you look at this whole setup here, I almost feel that also the Seven of Swords will turn into the reverse, where it's like passionate truth is revealed forcefully. Well, not forcefully, but passionate truth will be revealed. It will be an end to being quiet or holding back, an end to deception. It'll be still this very passionate connection, but with somebody working with you towards the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Star card, healing for yourself and other individuals involved, wish fulfillment of happiness, and a reciprocal relationship could result by, at the moment, holding back a truth that you wish to speak. By holding back, forcing anybody to look at themselves. Don't mirror at this time to somebody that you have an interest in. Don't mirror back to them the things within them that you see that you don't like. Just allow them to be. I think right now, that's, for the most part, that's what I'm getting from this reading. Living in the moment and allowing is actually going to cause your manifestation that you wish for within yourself and others to come to fruition. And I think at the end of this lunar cycle, you'll see a big change. There'll be healing. There'll be almost like lustful nature turning into a love type of situation, equal give and take with the Two of Cups, and overall happiness with the Sun. So let's pick a couple other cards here. Let me go out of this alchemistic deck for a second. I'm only going to pick 3 cards out of this deck because I am still learning this deck. This deck has a whole different nature to it. But it is such a beautiful deck with the imagery on it. It's all wood block prints from the, you know, 1500s and 1600s that all come out of books about alchemy, hermetic books. And let's see what other advice the cards have for us today. All right. The Eight of Alchemists. All right, so I believe that the Eight of Alchemists is basically the same as the Eight of Pentacles. So basically it's putting in work. All right, so I think at this time it might be difficult for you because you want to put in the work, but you're kind of being forced to be hold back a little bit. But after this lunar cycle, then the work will be conducive to be put in. Next, we have the Queen of Shekinah, which is basically, to me, the Queen of Cups. All right, so I'm not sure if you're dealing with the water sign, but the Queen of Cups is that loving, nurturing, motherly energy. And if you are, either you are that water sign with that loving, nurturing energy, or you are interested in a water sign with loving, nurturing energy, it's like the cards have already said. Just hold back and allow at this moment. Allow the fiery nature of whatever connection you have going on to just play out, because if it's meant for you and you just allow, it will manifest into what you want, and then you'll be able to move forward in truth and put work into a situation to bring in wish fulfillment, healing, and happiness. All right. Four of Mages. All right, that is, to me, that is the Four of Pentacles, I believe. But I think that's holding on. I think right now that's kind of like holding back, holding your tongue a little bit, holding on to the truth, and allow, just like I said, allow things to unfold. Now I'm going to pull out of a deck that I'm more familiar with. The Thoth deck. We'll grab a couple cards out of here, do some oracles, and we'll wrap this message up. I'm trying to get this video done for you guys before I have to go work today. All right, Six of Wands. So by the next lunar cycle, you will have victory in this situation. That's kind of just confirmation about it. If you follow the advice of the cards for relationship matters at this time, allow this lunar cycle to play out. By the next lunar cycle, you will have victory. Six of Wands. Six is that number of harmony. And that's what we're talking about right now in this Libra full moon, bringing complete balance to yourself and to the people around you, finding a compromise in order to have everybody involved in the situation be comfortable. Because if you try to just keep pushing your agenda, you end up just pushing people away because you're coming from a place of lack, rather than just allowing and knowing that's what is meant for you will come your way. You know, when you allow, then you're in that abundant mindset. All right, Three of Swords. So I think really the truth that you have going on right now has to do with a third party in the situation. Maybe somebody, some of you out in the collective are in a situation where there's a third party involved and you know it, and you might want to kind of come forcefully in and speak your truth and get somebody to work with you with that Three of Pentacles. But I think to have victory, you just need to allow. If you have some passionate connection with somebody and you think there's a third party, or you know there's a third party, you know, I would suggest just, you know, go with the flow for now. Especially if it's a brand new connection. I mean, obviously, if it's somebody you've had some commitment with for long term, you know, this is not the advice for that situation. This is an advice for a situation, a new situation of somebody who showed up in your life and you have a lot of passion with, but there is no commitment and things are just basically working out of passion right now. I do have yellow candles burning today to represent the solar plexus chakra, because this is about, this reading is about personal empowerment. You know, the Aries the sun in Aries is about personal empowerment, going after your needs and wants. And if there's something you want, sometimes you have to go about it in a Seven of Swords type of way. You can't just always meet everything head on with, you know, Knight of Swords, rushing in with the truth type of energy. Sometimes Seven of Swords energy doesn't always have to be a negative energy. Sometimes if you're using the Seven of Swords in a subtle type of way in order to let things build and get victory by holding back, sometimes that's not negative. That's not necessarily karmic, you know. All right, and then the Fool card. So jumping into a new beginning, sight or seen, hoping for the best. So that's also coming in things with a beginner's mind, and it's also just allowing. So to me, right now, regardless of what's happening in this connection, if it's a fresh new connection, somebody you just met, things kind of sparked off, got hot and heavy, and you're hoping for more, don't push it. Just allow. And I see that if you go into it with this Fool energy of, you know, jumping into it, allowing things to be what it is, hoping for the best outcome, but not forcing anything, that you will have victory with that Six of Wands. You know, victory will be yours, but definitely don't rush, don't push, don't pry. Just move in silence at this time. Seven of Swords. That's what I mean by Seven of Swords not always being a karmic card. Sometimes moving in silence is a smart option. Sometimes moving in silence is a way that you don't push somebody else away. And it's also a way to not allow other people to stick their nose in your business. Because when you move in silence, then, you know, what's meant for you will end up working out. But there won't be any interference from outside sources with that Three of Swords. No third parties, you know, getting all up in arms and starting drama and all that kind of crap. So, you know, move in silence in that Fool energy for this lunar cycle. All right, there we go. The card of rebirth. So, just like the moon is reborn every lunar cycle, I think that this situation will have a rebirth, if you will. It'll have a change coming up after this lunar cycle is done. Success. All right. And you will have success in the situation. Actually, on this success card, it has dates on it. And the date says March 18th to April 14th, which is basically kind of about the time of this reading. I know we're past March 18th right now, but we're not to April 14th yet. And matter of fact, by April 14th, I think we'll be coming up on close to the new moon at that time. Matter of fact, I just want to check really quick on my lunar chart and see when that next moon is. All right. Well, the new moon is actually on April 12th. So it seems like there'll be some sort of change happening by around the time of the new moon, or when the new moon energy is still heavy. So I think on this on this full moon, release judgments, release harsh truths, release your need to get what it is you want in the situation. Allow for others around you to get what they need in a situation. And I feel by doing this, you're going to supercharge your manifestation by this next new moon into getting success on what you want by kind of hanging back, moving in silence, just being in that full energy of allowing. Intuition, all right? So I think you need to use your intuition on what to say, what not to say, what to allow, what not to allow. And bottom line is success, Six of Wands, victory, Two of Cups, Lovers, the Star, the Sun, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. It's looking very positive for you by this upcoming new moon. If this doesn't match your story, don't try to make it fit into what's happening in your life. Just allow things to be what they are. And, if this does resonate with you, claim it. Claim the victory. Claim wish fulfillment. Claim happiness. Because you definitely deserve it. It looks like it is coming your way. And, work with the energy of this Libra full moon just to bring balance in relationships overall. Anyways, guys, I hope this reading has been helpful to the people out there in the collective. Have a wonderful day. And this is the Eben Oracle. Peace out.